is in the know for Monday, April 29, the 120th day of 2024. There are 245 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105 on Litchfield's Country Station 1039 The Moose, live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcast. On Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. Plus, we'll have the water cooler question, your chance to win. That and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's B. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. I can't see me. Can you see me?
No,
Okay.
must be
Okay.
a problem. We'll fix that in just
Okay.
a moment.
All
We'll
right,
give you a
great.
chance. Your shirt says you might be thinking about cruising.
It would indicate
You
that.
thinking
Yes.
about
It
going-
was more about the color, to be honest.
Seems like a spring
Yeah.
color. It's the beginning of Derby week. Also, before we move on, I know, take a second, let everybody know you're okay.
I'm
you,
fine.
You had a
Yeah,
big weekend.
I know. I'm fine. I mean,
A lot of people checked on
I
you.
know. And I didn't mean to. Yeah, but I'm okay. Things are, I mean,
Yeah,
But they are.
sometimes you have friends going through things, and
yes.
they're hard for you too because you
Yes.
you empathize, correct?
I do.
But
Mhm.
everything's good with you.
Yes,
All right, good.
I am good.
Everybody's happy
Thank
to hear.
you.
A lot of people reached out to check on you, so just making sure. He is the 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Litchfield. He's Sam Gormley. And the sports. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Pretty well. You got a Cal game today. I don't mean Calipari. You got Christian Academy of Louisville today.
No. We got
What
Lady
do you
Cougar,
have today?
Lady Cougar softball against Edmonson County.
Okay.
The Lady Cougar softball team played Christian Academy of Louisville on Saturday.
Okay. Maybe I got some bad information. That's all right. So you're carrying Lady Cougars today.
Correct. And the baseball team, they host Butler County today, so they didn't help out the whole K105 crew. Not that they schedule for us, but when you schedule Butler County and Edmonson County on campus at the same time, that's not
That's
ideal.
a tough choice.
Yeah, but we picked Edmonson County, so we'll be with Lady Cougar, and then tennis, they host Muhlenberg County today.
We are officially on grandson watch. This is the week of it's the planned week of arrival for baby Beal.
Are you doing the final countdown song in your head a little bit?
No, not exactly.
just did when you said that.
I think we just so you'll be aware, he is scheduled to arrive on Friday. So that Friday is her due day, and they've decided to go ahead and schedule that. So it could happen earlier in the week, but it could last into Saturday. It's really between he and his mother
It
at this
really
point.
is.
And
Yes,
so
it really is.
they'll work out between the two of them what they're going to get
And if
worked
they
out.
can't sort it out, a physician or somebody will.
And the rest of us are just bystanders, and we'll be anxiously waiting. So anyway, it's going to be an interesting weekend. Of course, we're rolling into Derby Day. I don't know if I've ever said on the show, but I've been teasing with baby Beal's parents that if we can get a Saturday delivery, that I'm in favor. I'm just going to call him Baby Yoda because it will be Star Wars Day. But then they didn't like that, so I said, well, what about Grogu? Because that's Baby Yoda's actual name, and that was really not any more appetizing than
I thought
Baby.
if
than
it was
Baby
on
Yoda.
Saturday, I thought you were just going to go with whatever the winning horse of the Derby was.
That could be. You look up through some of those horse names, and
Yeah, 'cause
it's
I don't know any
well,
of them, so.
It'd be okay. Well, you're lucky for you. I'm going to give you some of them in a few moments. So anyway, it's going to change. We're kind of working around like, well, what does our Derby Day potentially look like compared to what it normally looks like? Then I thought, well, there's a good chance that a year from this Derby Day, we're going to a first birthday party. So it's like,
Yeah.
are all the
Yes.
are all the Derby days from here forward going to look a little bit different, at least for a
I
while?
mean, we did get our anniversary taken, so is it going to be Derby as well?
Yeah, that's
no,
right.
no,
I
no.
think it would be fine to line out that way. Anyway, should be an exciting week.
Yes.
So we appreciate your prayers and your thoughts for us. And as I said yesterday at church, kind of keep Taylor and Cameron and baby Beal. And then I did, I begged for prayers for granddad, granddad, and grandmom yesterday. Tomorrow morning, probably a quarter of an inch to an inch of rain, somewhere in that range for the region, but there could be some isolated heavier downpours certain places, so you might be blessed with more rain than the quarter of an inch to 1 inch. There are rain chances for Friday, kind of in the picture. They are most likely gone by Saturday morning, so Oaks Day later could be a little wet. Derby morning could be a little wet, but by the time we get to next Saturday evening, we should be okay for the running of Derby 150, the longest continuous running sporting event in the United States. So great for our Commonwealth. So Sam, you may be headed to the bed races this afternoon. They do that bed race in Louisville. That's high of 82 today. We'll see rain tonight, a low of 63. Then tomorrow, it used to be that Oaks Day was Kentucky's day at the races. And then all the celebrities and the people from the world started saying, hey, y'all are onto something good. Let's go to the Oaks. Then the people said, wait a minute, let's go to Thursday. And that'll be Kentucky's evening at the track. We'll call it Thurby. Okay. But then the national people said, hey, that Thurby thing sounds fun. We're going to come too. So then we said in Kentucky, how about 5-0 Tuesday? So this will be Louisville, Jefferson County, 502 area code. So for now, that's kind of the kickoff. They had opening night on Saturday night, but we'll see how long 5-0 Tuesday lasts until some 270s and some 859s and some 606s come and crash the party. It's a lot like the teenagers in Facebook. They were the first to Facebook, then the adults showed up and they said, we're going to Twitter. And then the adults showed up on Twitter and then they went to TikTok or Instagram or whatever. So one of those deals. Here are I gave you the forecast, by the way, praying for those in Oklahoma. They had 4 left dead in Oklahoma. I know storms moved through Nebraska and I think portions of Iowa. It's so flat out through there. So we hope and pray they recover quickly from their storms. There was a big police presence in Clarkson last evening. The sheriff's office and LPD executed a search warrant at on Renfro Street. So 4 people were arrested. They were on scene until about 9:30. I think there will be a subsequent story with more information that will be coming out in the forthcoming hours. An allegedly intoxicated Litchfield man has been arrested after hitting a Caneyville bicyclist on North Main Street in Litchfield. It happened Friday afternoon about 1:20. First responders arrived at the 300 block of North Main Street and found a 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee driven by 57-year-old Jerry Cowan. Struck a bicycle rider, a 30-year-old Thomas Salmon of Caneyville. Salmon, who suffered non-life-threatening injuries, was transported by EMS to Owensboro Health Twin Lakes. Cowan was given a preliminary breath test, which showed the presence of alcohol. He was arrested and charged with his second DUI. A Litchfield man has been arrested on a warrant accusing him of 3 felonies. The sheriff's office deputy Caleb Owens arrested 30-year-old James Cody Arms on King Road on the strength of an arrest warrant from Breckinridge County, charging the suspect with second-degree assault, first-degree wanted endangerment, and attempted kidnapping of an adult. The alleged crimes were committed April 15th. Arms was lodged in the Grayson County Detention Center. An Elizabethtown man has been arrested after accidentally shooting a teenager in the head. The EPD was dispatched Saturday night about 9:30 to Ashley Point Apartments on Stewart Street. The investigation showed multiple people had been pointing firearms at each other when 20-year-old Joseph Hampton Roberts pointed a gun at a 16-year-old and pulled the trigger, shooting the teen in the head. He was airlifted to a Louisville hospital with a non-life-threatening injuries. Hampton Roberts told police he removed the magazine from the gun before pulling the trigger. That doesn't mean there wasn't one in the chamber, of course. So playing around with guns is
How does one
dangerous.
accidentally shoot someone in the head?
Yeah, that's I think the term accidentally gets used because we were just playing around. I didn't mean to shoot anyone. If you point a gun at someone, there is some level of intent to shoot them because you're never quite sure. Or it's important to be certain there's not a round in the chamber. Davis Circuit Judge Lisa Payne Jones will be sworn in as a Court of Appeals judge today at the Holbrook Judicial Center in Owensboro after being appointed to fill a vacancy earlier this month. The investiture ceremony is at 1:30 today. So congratulations to her on her appointment to the Kentucky Court of Appeals. Speaking of judges and justice, Justice Sotomayor from the U.S. Supreme Court will be honored by the Louis Brandeis School of Law at the University of Louisville. They will present their highest honor to her during a ceremony next year, February 5th of 2025. But not all that often that we get Supreme Court justices that come to the Commonwealth. So she will be the 7th Supreme Court justice honored with the medal, which they give to, that's following Harry Blackmun, Stephen Breyer, RBG, Elena Kagan, Sandra Day O'Connor, and John Paul Stevens. And now Sonia Sotomayor will join those ranks. The state police is offering, accepting applications from individuals who want to join the law enforcement agency. This will be Class 105. Sam?
Oh,
Sam,
I'm not.
could you be our representative in Class 105?
I think if we're talking about peak physical fitness, that would be more of Ken Howlett.
Oh, I thought you were the epitome of a physical specimen.
No, I mean,
That's okay.
have you seen Ken?
No, he is buff, without a doubt.
Well, and I mean, tall, just
He is fast.
He's
He is
he's
fast.
very fast.
that's why we call him the Energizer Bunny.
The class begins in November, in case you're interested, and applications are due by the close of business on June 30. Just pull over a state trooper. When you see one, just pull them over for a change and say, can you have an application?
Could I do a retired one? I know a couple of them.
Sure. Knock yourself out. I'm sure they're all walking around with sponsorship forms, like Jump Rope for Heart or something. Fierceness was named the 5-2 morning line favorite for the upcoming 150th Kentucky Derby and will look to make history in Saturday's milestone race as the first entrant to win 45 attempts from the 17 gate. I mean, it used to be even worse for the majority of my lifetime once they had to go beyond the standard gate size. When you add in the extra structure of the auxiliary gate, it forces those outside post positions even further out. But now they've got, a 20 gate structure there, and it brings them makes them a little tighter, but then it also compresses them into a smaller space rather than being spread out a little bit. So talk about having to go the long way around. Won't be the longest way around because that's what the 20 gate does, but 17 is way out there, but Fierceness still named the morning line favorite. The Todd Pletcher Colt entered the race after dominating a 13.5 win in last month's Florida Derby at Gulfstream Park. Brad Cox also has the favorite for the Oaks. Tarifa is the 7-2 morning line favorite, drew the 8 post in the Oaks. So back to the Derby. Sierra Leone was the number 2 going at 3-1. Catching Freedom is currently the third choice. It's at 8-1 from gate 14. And the Bill Mott has a horse that's the 9-2 second choice for the Oaks. Listen to this clever name. Just FYI. So we know Justify or Justified.
Oh, I didn't even
But
put two
now,
and two together there.
just FYI. It's
Nor
like,
did I,
oh, that
Sam.
kind of
Yeah.
runs all that together. Post time for the Derby, 5:57 Central Time on Saturday. The Oaks is scheduled for 4:51 on Friday. So here's the Derby field from the rail out. So this would be your first opportunity to kind of latch on to any of these names you might like. Dornoch, Sierra Leone, Mystic Dan, Catching Freedom, Catalytic, Just Steel, Honor Marie, Just a Touch, Encino, T.O. Password, Forever Young, Track Phantom, West Saratoga, Endlessly, Domestic Product, Grand Mo the First, Fierceness, Stronghold, Resilience, Society Man, and then also eligible. If anybody scratches early enough in the week, they may move in Epic Ride and Mugatu.
Who did you say before Encino?
Before Encino,
Yes.
Just a Touch.
Okay, those are the two I like. I think just by hearing them. It's
Just
like-
a Touch
Well,
opened at 10-1.
Okay.
So that's okay. That's
Well,
good.
I mean, Encino Man, that's just funny.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to have a little more Encino Man talk later in the show. Here are the Oaks horses. These are from the rail out, just to be speedy. We're working inside out. Tap It Gently, Where's My Ring, Regulatory Risk, Torpedo Anna, Lemon Muffin, Fiona's Magic, Tarifa, Everland, Into Champagne, Ways and Means, Power Squeeze, Just FYI, Leslie's Rose, and then also eligible if there are any scratches, Our Pretty Woman, and Candide. Those are the ladies' names for the Lilies for the Phillies coming up on Friday. So
Got to start breaking down the film now, right?
should be an exciting week. What did Mama Carla, did she pick a horse, did she say?
She just said good morning.
Oh, okay, good morning. Sorry,
No.
Carla, good morning is not in the Derby field, but you can pick
She,
another.
she might have a
Well,
horse, but I mean,
and-
why would she tell you? She's trying to win. She's trying to win herself.
That's
Well,
true.
and so she sent me a text not that long ago. She said, "Did you happen to get a picture of Alea this morning?" Listen, Mom fell this morning, so Alea had her hat on and all that jazz. But
It was a Monday
It-
morning.
is-
yes,
Isn't there the big race this week then again?
yes,
Is
Friday.
she? Would this be a three-peat?
No,
Yeah.
no, she got nosed 2 years ago
I
because of
I think
she didn't run to the finish. She ran to the
to the personnel.
We'll
Unclear
go into it
instructions.
on Friday.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that's a mistake that won't be made again. Big weekend.
She learned immediately. Bless it.
Big weekend for UK basketball. I guess I better learn to say Otega or Otega Owe.
I think it's
OT.
Ortega.
Otega.
Uh-huh.
Past the Ortega. I like the Ortega taco kit meals. He was at Oklahoma last season. They got Lamont Butler and those two, plus Colin Chandler, Amari Williams, who we already knew about. Anybody else over the weekend, Sam?
Last night they got a guy, Andrew Carr, I believe is his name. He is from, yes,
right.
Andrew Carr. He's from Wake Forest. And then they got a couple of guys on campus, including one guy by the name of Great Osobor.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Great Osobor. Is
Eh,
he British?
Yes, so is Amari Williams. So they could have two Brits on the team
Yeah.
next year, which is kind of
like
interesting but it means something that Great Osobor's family flew in from England last night, in the many direct flights from London to Lexington, and to meet Mark Pope and so
I'd
on.
say that's a pretty good sign.
You would
Devin
imagine.
Leary got drafted by the Ravens in the 6th round. Only two other cats have been drafted by the Ravens: Derek Abney and Zadarius Smith. Now Devin Leary joins the Ravens, plus Tevin Wallace, and then Drew Phillips got
And Ray Davis.
drafted on Friday. Oh yeah, and Ray Davis. That's
He
right.
got drafted early Saturday.
So congratulations to those guys headed to the NFL. The Reds lost yesterday, but they at least got to see something you don't see very often in Major League Baseball, an inside the park home run. Did you see it, Sam?
I was walking to, I don't even remember, I was in the restroom or I went to go get something out of the fridge or something, and I heard it. And by the time I'd gotten back to the TV, it was just wrapping up.
You can't wind it back?
No, because, well, for one, why would I want to wind back something negative?
Well,
And-
you're a baseball fan. Also,
well,
so-
and also because the MLB doesn't give me options to watch. There's no way for me to wind back because I have to watch it in other ways.
As far as the MLB is concerned, you're not supposed to be watching it anyway.
Yes, and I want to watch it, so the way I have to watch it allows for me is what I see is what I see.
It's must-see TV. And Denny Hamlin held off Kyle Larson to win at Dover yesterday, and now they will head to Kansas, where Hamlin is the defending race winner. So anyway, there you should be all caught up on the news of the day, but we have plenty more on the way. Hang around. We're going to talk about some travel hacks. We're headed into travel season, some hacks that you might say, never thought of that. That's coming up here on In the Know.
Comfort is everlasting. Comfort is a journey that sees no end. Every moment is a memory. Every encounter, a piece. Empathy may be our foundation, but comfort is the heart that continues the Rogers Funeral Home legacy. A steadfast tradition from our very first service to our most recent farewell, guided by Dave and Jordan Atwell.
Hello, friends. My name is Reagan Atwell. My parents take good care of me and my little sister. They'll do the same for your family.
Discover more online at rogerswatkins.com or experience the Rogers difference personally on Main Street in Clarkson.
Everybody get ready, time to start a new day. Let's hit the ground running in a healthy way. Take a first at the fitness, even if it's just a little. Soon you'll be feeling just as fit as a fiddle. Fit as a fiddle on a July night. Walk around town, make you feel alright. Take the first at the fitness, even if it's just a little. Soon you'll be feeling just as fit as a fiddle.
Community Health Partners want you to be as fit as a fiddle.
Successful small business owners know that having an ally in decoding the data of your business performance is vital. A trusted source that can interpret financial reports, advise on tax code, and assess overall performance can be the difference between sleepless nights and peace of mind. The certified public accounting firm of Buckles, Travis, and Hart is your ally in making sure your business is performing at an optimum level. Call or contact today to find out how Buckles, Travis, and Hart can help fine-tune your business to create peak performance. 270-259-5604. GraysonCPAs.com.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. Scholarships are still available, making our low tuition even more affordable. ECTC's Litchfield campus is now enrolling for classes that start June 3rd. Visit elizabethtown.kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC, college for the real world.
Early voting in the May primary election will be available to anyone May 16th, 17th, and 18th from 8 to 4 at the Center on Main in Litchfield. Then on Election Day, May 21st, you may vote at any of the following voting centers: the Center on Main on South Main Street, the Church of Joy on Schoolhouse Road, the Old Caneyville School on East Maple Street, the Falls of Rough Fire Department on Green Farms Road, the Rock Creek Voting House on Grayson Springs Road, the Clarkson Community Center on Millerstown Street, and the Big Clifty Community Center on Cemetery Road. No matter where you live in Grayson County, you may vote at any of these voting centers between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. on May 21st. Early voting is only offered May 16th, 17th, and 18th from 8 to 4 at the Center on Main.
Apple is reportedly planning to pitch its next top-tier pad as an AI device. The OLED iPad Pro is expected to be unveiled on May 7th and will launch with an M4 chip and an accompanying neutral engine, making it Apple's first truly AI-powered device. Also expected soon, the next Apple Pencil, which will have haptic feedback. This week's TikTok news came with a strong feeling of deja vu. Now with the Biden administration giving up to a year for the app to be spun off from ByteDance or face a ban from the U.S., what happens next? ByteDance says it plans to fight this new law in the courts on First Amendment grounds, which is how it successfully defeated the Trump administration's ban attempt in 2020. Tesla is ready to lay off over 3,300 workers in California and nearly 2,700 workers at its Tesla headquarters Gigafactory in Texas. According to a government notice, nearly 700 more employees in Nevada will also be let go. The layoffs are reportedly due to declining sales and rising competition. Tech Report, Tammy Trujillo, NBC News.
Hey,
Today is International Dance Day. Boogie Woogie.
I have seen a lot of dance in the last however many
Oh,
hours.
yeah, you all were watching a dance show, weren't you? Yeah.
Yes.
It's Shrimp Scampi
Crazy.
Day nationally. We're only celebrating Shrimp Scampi Day here in hashtag Marica. And then it's Wish Day. That's celebrated the worldwide. So when you wish upon a star. And it's Zipper Day. You know, before the zipper, we just had like button fly or button this or button that or tie or cinch or.
Or that you just pull them up and they
That's right. So you had to, we just did it differently. So thank you.
suspenders.
Plus, we didn't have the ride at the fair called the zipper before the zipper. I don't know.
I
What's
don't know
the-
that I know that fair ride.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nor do
yeah.
I.
You'll have to look it up. It's a good one. So imagine it is like imagine the chain of a chainsaw going around the blade.
Oh.
Okay. But then also rotating like a pinwheel at the same time.
Are you in like an egg?
Yeah, you're kind of
In a cage, it looks like. Uh-huh.
We called it, we called it something. I think we called it the egg.
Really?
But
Okay.
it's, yeah.
It's
I know
like
what
a-
you're talking about, though.
It's like a Ferris wheel,
But,
but it
But
spins.
fast. Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and on the outside.
Not to be confused with the
Right.
infamous Rocco planes. So ask my dad about the Rocco plane sometime. He'll tell you about that. It's travel season coming up. And here's how to charge your phone in any hotel room if you forget your charger while traveling. So anymore now, I have a charging port that is not grounded. It's just the 2-plug. And it stays in my backpack so that if my backpack goes, it's there. I don't have to worry
I'm
about
the same
thing.
way. I have a
Same.
charging that just stays in the backpack.
Listen, all you have to do is go to InMotion about twice, and you will stop repeating the mistake of leaving your charger at home. Because if you have to buy one, InMotion is the little store in the airport for those of you that don't know.
Yeah, no, I had no idea.
So, but they have all the stuff that goobers leave at home. You know, like, oh, you forgot this, didn't you? You forgot while you were on your flight. You forgot. You remembered. You forgot.
And
Yes,
here's your
okay.
$5 charger for $40.
That's right. Pay triple what you would have paid if you had just bought it at Amazon and thought of it ahead of time. Also, if you travel, so in my 50th year, when we were planning a trip to Europe that we didn't get to take, we had to consider, electrical ports in Europe are different. So we have to we got to have an adapter. So my little 110 thing won't work if we were to be in another country. But this, she reminded, now you got to remember the cable, but this flight attendant on a social channel is on TikTok. All new TVs have a USB port on them. So even if you're somewhere where they have not put the ports into, like you just plug in, remember, don't forget, televisions have USB ports on them.
Smart.
And they're the same around the globe. They are universal. So universal serial bus is what that stands for. So that's one of the hacks. She also said, if you're staying in a hotel room and the curtains gap just a little bit, you get them close together, but they
Yes.
won't.
Here, Clippy.
Even better.
The
You know
hanger.
those fancy hangers in the closet that have the super
Smart.
duper grips on them?
Yes.
The ones that won't let anything fall off of them? You just clip them together with that.
Smart.
So that's a pretty good one. And then she recommended wrapping the hotel room TV remote in a shower cap for those, for the Sams of the world who are German. And then also, she recommended if you've got shoes that you're getting ready to put in your luggage, she recommended wrapping those in a shower cap so you wouldn't get dirt on your other stuff in your suitcase.
That's not a bad idea.
Yes.
And she said that if you use the hotel safe and you put valuables in there, she recommends that one of the shoes that you're going to wear to leave the room, put it in the safe because you know you will not walk out of the room with one shoe on.
That's great.
It's pretty smart.
So it forces you to get back into the
That's
safe
great.
and also grab your stuff.
You just have to remember to put that particular shoe in the safe.
That's right. Now, I've left things in hotel rooms without a doubt, but I don't know how many times I left things in the safe.
I don't know that we've ever done that.
If it warrants being in the safe, it's not the type of thing that slips your mind.
We've left other important things, but
And see,
not
I don't-
in the safe.
I don't know that I ever travel with anything that is worthy.
Safe-worthy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're not really bejeweled
No.
much that I've observed, so you're probably not using it for your
No, we
Royal
work in
crown.
radio, so
your crown, and sometimes I'll put my passport, things that
Yeah, and I don't.
things that I don't want to misplace. And then large amounts of cash. If I'm traveling with a large amount of cash and I don't want to carry it all around, I will put it in the safe and just
yeah,
use,
I very often walk around with about 2 or 3 grand in the wallet, just burning a hole.
I got to put a really piece of fancy jewelry in a safe one time.
yeah.
Yes, I did.
If you had $2,000 or $3,000 in cash, Sam, you'd want it in ones, wouldn't you? Just so you could.
$2 bills.
Oh, even better. That would get attention without a doubt. Here's another hack. A TikTok mom swears that if you have a picky eater kid or a kid that you cannot keep at the dinner table, she says a dinner candle is the sorcery that you didn't know you needed. One, it kind of fancifies up the dinner experience, so they think this is not your average dinner. But then you tell them when they finish their dinner, they get to blow out the candle.
Mm.
And what kid doesn't want to blow out a
So,
candle?
But you have to test to see how long the candle burns.
That's true. You need
Right? Because you
yeah.
need to know what size candle you're going to need. Yeah.
You need a large enough candle,
Yes.
without a doubt.
Right.
And then in case you missed this, speaking of kids and raising kids, what was the movie? There's a monster in my closet. Can I have a glass of water? Is that the Sixth Sense? Is that the same one? Was that the I See Dead People? Anyway, whatever the movie is, where it says, "There's a monster in my closet. Can I have a glass of water?" Kids are constantly, "Is there something under my bed?" or "There's something in my wall or in my closet?" Or so come to find out, the monster that a toddler kept telling her mom was in her bedroom turned out to be a swarm of over 50,000 bees in the wall. A beekeeper finally discovered what was going on and found a hives he had seen in his 40 years. Just 50,000 bees were swarming like crazy in my daughter's bedroom. It was a nightmare. They were dropping honey everywhere, all over her stuff. Wow.
That's crazy. That would be traumatic, I think. Right?
yeah.
I mean, that would be traumatic.
That's a lot of bees.
Right?
Well, but then would you be triggered by Winnie the Pooh? Because is it the honey or is it the bee? I don't know.
Is this kid? No. Did the Honey Fest has to bring the kid? I mean,
Grand Marshal of the parade.
I don't know. That's not a thing, is it? It might need to be a thing now.
The Honeyfest parade doesn't have a Grand Marshal.
Does it?
I don't know.
I don't think it
needs
does.
one. It surely needs. They've not gone 25 years without having a Grand Marshal.
Well, we have found one now.
Maybe it's just the bee. Maybe the bee is the Grand Marshal. And then I thought this was a neat story. 2 Alabama families welcomed babies this last week in a Huntsville hospital. The moms were Sophie Clark and Nicole Davis, and they were both interviewed by Good Morning America. And they said they could not resist meeting when they both learned of an amazing coincidence. Sophie Clark named her daughter June Carter, and Nicole Davis named her son Johnny Cash.
And
So
this is just a
by
coincidence?
complete and total coincidence in a Huntsville, Alabama
That's
hospital.
cool. I mean,
One family named their child June Carter, and another family named, his name is Johnny Cash Davis, and June Carter Clark is the other one. But their first and middle names are June Carter and Johnny Cash.
That's pretty cool.
The only thing that would have made this story even slightly more believable has had it been in a Tennessee hospital. Like the fact that now it's almost a Tennessee because it was in Huntsville, very close to Tennessee. But that sounds like something that would happen in the music city, right? In the country music capital of the world. But welcome to the world, Johnny Cash and June Carter. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got today's water cooler question. It's your chance to win. It's coming up here on In the Know.
Your choice of lifestyle directly affects your health. And while there are many complex factors surrounding your lifestyle, sometimes the simple truth is that you just need to feel better. Well, rest assured, your feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know you and your lifestyle so we can provide sound advice on ways to improve your overall health. So whether your goal is to maintain a healthy lifestyle or overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here. At Midway Pharmacy.
The 2024-25 FAFSA is changing. Students complete the FAFSA to apply for financial aid to help pay for college. What's changing? The FAFSA is more user-friendly and more students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Because of the changes, the FAFSA may not be available until late December 2023. What's not changing? There's help. There are Kia counselors and others who are ready to help you complete the FAFSA. You're not in this alone. For more info, text MONEY to 1-800-928-8926.
Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Congratulations! You're gonna be a mom, and we're here to help every adorably tiny step of the way. Now, expectant and new mothers up to 1 year are eligible for no-cost health coverage through K-CHIP or Medicaid. Just visit us at connect.ky.gov/K-CHIP to qualify and enroll. Then sit back and relax for a minute, okay? You've got enough going on.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Enjoy your favorite breakfast when you mix and match a savory sausage McMuffin, a buttery sausage biscuit, or golden hash browns. Buy one, get one for $1. Price of participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal, valid for product of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Did you know you can vote early in Kentucky?
Yeah, I've heard that, but I prefer to vote on Election Day.
I get that, but it's nice having an option for people like me who can't make it on a Tuesday.
Anyone can still vote on May 21st, but Kentuckians can also vote early with no excuse on a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday ahead of Election Day. That's May 16th, 17th, and 18th. Times and locations vary by county. Check yours at govote.ky.gov.
This message is sponsored by the Kentucky Secretary of State's Office, Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Every second in the United States, a ton of lumber is destroyed by termites. Long before you see proof, termites have taken a bite out of your home. Thousands of dollars in damage can add up before you even notice the problem. Contact the Litchfield Exterminating Professionals to protect your home or business. It's about peace of mind. Only 24/7 protection from the world's best will give you that. Litchfield Exterminating serves Grayson County and surrounding areas. Call Litchfield Exterminating today, 259-6285, or toll free 1-800-517-2388. What's eating at your home?
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
K105 weather from the Wave Storm Tracking Team is brought to you by Smith Overhead Door, SOHD.info.
We'll see clouds increasing throughout the day out ahead of a system that will bring some rain back into the forecast. Once we get into this afternoon, a couple of spotty showers and thunderstorms are possible, especially for those of you along and west of 65, but the rain becomes widespread for everyone overnight. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
fever on the dance floor.
Did you know? Average man with a mustache touches it 760 times a day. Sometimes people say it's like almost like a drinking game or a betting game. You see somebody with a mustache is like bet how long it'll take before they touch it.
You do the whole.
Oh, look at my mustache. You got to put some wax on there.
Yeah. Which I don't care for facial hair, so.
Right. Here's today's water cooler question. If you've not won in the last 30 days and you're 18 years of age or older, you qualify to win. You're going to text your answer to 270-259-6000. 270-259-6000. One Vision of Queen. So if you love the music of Queen and Freddie Mercury, that is coming to the River Park Center in Owensboro the week of Memorial Day. But you can go ahead and win tickets today. We have 2 tickets for you to the One Vision of Queen show if you can be victorious in the water cooler question. 270-259-6000.
This is like a tribute band?
Yes. Yeah,
Ooh,
very much.
I do like Queen.
It's not the real Freddie Mercury.
Well, it would be very impressive if it was.
The tickets would be very valuable if it was. 68% of adults still ask their parents about this. 68% of adults still ask their parents for advice about this.
Do you?
So nearly 7 in 10.
Is it broad or very, or can you say?
All I can do is answer Sam's question. I would. I mean, yeah.
But I guess it's not something you do often or anything.
Probably have. No, it's not something I do all the time, no.
Well, then I guess Taylor could start asking you these questions now, maybe. Very soon.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm stumped.
Well, then I felt very confident in my answer. No more.
I don't know.
270-259-6000. Text your answer. The weekend box office at number 1 was Challengers. That's that new tennis movie starring Zendaya. Unsung Hero at 2, Godzilla X Kong, times Kong, multiplied by Kong, I don't know. Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. Number 3, Civil War at 4, Abigail at 5. That's the way it went at the weekend box office. I don't know much about Zendaya, but she's apparently very popular.
Yeah, she's dating Tom Holland, the Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Is he from Holland?
No, he's a Brit.
Survivor host Jeff Probst says, so we're currently season 46, and they are working on 47 and 48, but he's kind of already looking to season 50 of Survivor. And he hasn't gotten everyone to agree, but his idea is that they want all returning players for Survivor 50. Everyone will be a former player who probably plays memorable people from the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They've done some all-star stuff before.
They have.
They've done some shows where you get several new people, but you get a couple of sprinkled in, like repeats.
Mm-hmm.
You get some of your Survivor icons, but that would be fun.
Is that better, or should they do like a grand champion?
Well, I think they should do grand champion for their last season. Like whenever they decide they're going to do that, they should just once and for all sole survivor of all the. But then they would have more than.
Yeah,
that number of people.
Well, then, I mean, if they plan it out right, they could, do season 1. Because how many people are on a season?
16.
16. So
I
you
think
could do
that's
like the first 16
20.
seasons, but then again, you got to think the winner. I saw that the first ever person eliminated on Survivor died over the weekend. I saw that come through my.
The first person eliminated.
Yes.
I mean, I couldn't even tell you who that was.
It was some lady who she just had and it was funny because the comment section was like, "Why do we like?" Okay, that's
so funny. By the time you get to I can get 4 weeks into a season, and they show a picture of the person who got eliminated first, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that person. I mean, it's just they just disappear
Until
so
they
quickly.
make it to the jury, yeah,
But
it's hard to, yeah.
You got to think that season 1 winner. I mean, how long ago did that show? Like,
Oh, it's been 25 years.
Yeah,
well,
so-
it's been 24 years because if they're 20,
who knows if they're
23.
even in a physical shape of
And by
participating?
the way,
in
I
it.
don't know that if in the first year they did 2 seasons, so they might have done in the first couple of years they might have just done 1. Right now they're shooting 2, so they'll sort of shoot 2 back to back, and then they'll edit them down and then replay them over a period of time. Jeff Probst does not live in Fiji for 9 months a year. He's
So yeah,
jetting around
the
globe.
first ever winner of Survivor, I looked it up. He's 63 right now.
Yeah, Richard Hatch.
Oh, but good on you for knowing that.
I don't know if he ever put any clothes on or not. Well, the show was just infamous because he was one of the first. He refused to wear clothes around camp, and he became notorious for that. But still won $1 million.
I just appreciate his Wikipedia profile. It has under here his spouses, and it has unnamed Australian woman from 85 to
Unnamed
90.
Australian woman. Oh, so she's got an uncredited part.
Yes.
I got it. Ian Bowen says Yellowstone will have the best series finale in history. Back to Survivor for just a second. You could take 50. You could take the 50 winners, 50, and you could have this grand year-long tournament. They kick one off a week. You could last. You got 50 weeks.
Wow.
A mega season. So the upcoming Yellowstone will finish in grand fashion, according to people
Bigger
that
than Dynasty. Like that's
supposedly know.
immediately where my mind went to. Yellowstone's big, but can you really ever top Dynasty?
Well, and I
Or
can't even
is it
remember how.
Dynasty or is JR?
Well, that's Dallas.
Dallas
but-
is what I meant.
but-
Dallas. Can you ever?
But those are iconic. They're iconic, but they weren't the finales.
That's
the
true.
Who Shot JR and then the
That's true.
Blake's death or Crystal and blah, blah. I don't think those were the finales that they're
Okay.
trying to send this out with a bang. I don't know who's been on my TV more the last 3 weeks, John Bon Jovi or Jerry Seinfeld. They both have new projects that they're pitching. Jerry Seinfeld's is on Netflix, and it's the movie he created. Jim Gaffigan's in it, and a bunch of people you'll know about the creation of the Pop-Tart. And I love Jerry Seinfeld stuff, so we'll see if it's good. And then John Bon Jovi is trying to get you to watch the new series on Hulu because he was even on with Michael Strahan last night after American Idol doing kind of a sit down. But John Bon Jovi says that fellow New Jersey rocker Bruce Springsteen is like a big brother to him. I guess that makes sense. They're only probably 7-8 years apart in age, maybe something like that. Pauly Shore says he was up all night crying after Richard Simmons said he did not approve the biopic.
Don't cry.
I want to have a hard time believing it. I mean, it's not that Pauly Shore can't cry, but
I mean, yeah.
it so goes against his character.
Yeah.
But didn't Prince write a song in the 80s called When Weasels Cry? The weasel. Hey, buddy. It's the weasel. What do weasels sound like when they cry? I don't know. That's why I was hoping Prince could tell us. We got to get to a break. We'll come back. Figure out who wins the water cooler question. We got Chart Toppers, Point to Ponder, Pearl of Wisdom, and more coming up.
Isn't it strange that in a nation nicknamed the Land of Opportunity, so many of us struggle to find happiness? Well, maybe it's because our society is driven by envy rather than gratitude. Hi, this is Jim Daly with Focus on the Family. Psychologist Dr. Henry Cloud explains why people controlled by envy find happiness so elusive. It's because envious people believe they need what they don't have. They tell themselves, if only I had that car or that job or a different relationship, life would be so much better. In reality, even after they get what they crave, nothing changes. They're just as unhappy as before, and their search for missing pieces starts all over again. It's like a bucket with a hole in it. No amount of water will keep it filled. People who live with a sense of gratitude, on the other hand, are able to be content with what they do have, however little or much that may be. They don't believe happiness is out there somewhere. They're able to appreciate the blessings that surround them just where they are. Obviously, that perspective can have a positive impact on every area of life, finding value in your job, your relationships, and your family. So learn to live in gratitude for what you already have. You'll probably discover you have everything you need to be happy if you'll only allow yourself to see it. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly.
The words you are about to hear are taken from letters sent in by members of the Trinity Debt Management Program.
Dear Trinity, today I'm making my final credit card payment.
Before I came to you, I was in a constant state of anxiety and panic, but now there is hope for my family's financial future.
Working with Trinity made me understand that I'm not alone.
You really do help people.
Your kindness will never be forgotten. Without Trinity's support, I would not have achieved my lifelong goal of becoming debt-free.
We saved a lot on interest and penalties, of course, but the reward was the gift of human kindness.
Trinity has carried me through a very difficult time in my life. You're amazing.
I used to feel so anxious and hopeless. Now I feel grace and peace.
God bless Trinity as you continue to help others become debt-free.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
Celebrate the big horse race at the Paristown Derby Day Garden Party, presented by Woodford Reserve at Paristown on Saturday, May 4th. Wager and watch the races. Enjoy live music, cocktails, food, and more. VIP and general admission ticket options available. VIP tickets include box lunch, complimentary drinks, and private spaces. Tickets on sale now at paristown.com. Don't miss Paristown's Derby Party for the people.
MB's Point to Ponder for today. We were talking about entertainment momentarily a moment ago. What if there were a sport where people made their legs fall asleep and then they were forced to run?
I mean, I would laugh, but I hate that feeling.
They like had to sit on their legs, to cut off the blood flow, the circulation for about 10 minutes. And then a gun goes off and it's a race to somewhere. Just watching that's the equivalent of the bat game that they do at baseball, where they put your forehead on the bat and then spin around 10 times and then try and run. That's kind of the equivalent of that, but it would be even better if it were a obstacle course of some kind, or they had a calamity. I would just like the calamity of it all. That would be fine. The water cooler question was 68% of adults still ask their parents for advice on this. Sam, what were you insinuating when you were asking your question?
Well, I put down parenting.
Okay, parenting. What did you think, honey? Did you write
Especially this week, I would assume that you probably will get fielded some questions.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about this process for what it's worth.
Okay.
I'm less of the expert of the duo.
Large purchases.
Large purchases, you're very, very close. Money.
Well, and see, that's why I ask how broad, because, sometimes they're broad and...
Sam, I did not see money. I saw a lot of people suggest dating.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see money from the text line?
I did not. My mom, she guessed like what to cook for dinner.
Yeah.
Well,
that must be the one she gets a lot.
And see, I lost the word advice. I just wrote down 68% still ask parents. So even though I wrote down large purchases first, to the right I have for food. Because if you're still asking,
That probably is for money.
I guess for you, too, it's a little different as far as money advice from your dad because with his occupation.
That's why I was like, sure. But,
you don't really have much of a choice, I guess.
It's hard to avoid. Yeah, he has lots of conversations with people about that, so it makes sense. Today's highlight in history was 1429. Joan of Arc entered the besieged city of Orleans. We don't say Orleans. To lead a French victory over the English. That's how you say it, Sam? Orleans.
No, I mean the subdivision I grew up in, it was Orleans. So
you're not very French.
No.
In 1967, Aretha Franklin's cover of Otis Redding's Respect was released as a single by Atlantic Records. Birthdays today, Dwayne Allen from the Oak Ridge Boys is 81, Tommy James is 77, Jerry Seinfeld is 70, Daniel Day-Lewis is 67, Michelle Pfeiffer is 66, Eve Plum is 66. She played Jan on the Brady Bunch. I'm pretty sure that's the one she played. Carney Wilson is 56, Uma Thurman is 54, Andre Agassi is 54, Master P is 54. Gone but not forgotten, Oliver Ellsworth, who is the third Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court, was born in 1745. William Randolph Hearst in 1863. Duke Ellington in 1899. Hirohito in 1901. And Dale Earnhardt was born this date in 1951.
The Intimidator.
The Intimidator. Here we go to chart toppers. Theme.
I think so.
Could you license this?
Yeah, I think so. Repeat.
I'm gonna pop some tags.
Yeah.
$20 in my
Repeat.
pocket. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today says this. Says there is no better test of a person's integrity than their behavior after they realize they were wrong about something. No better test of someone's integrity than their behavior after they realize they were wrong about something. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know, and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powering through the Twin Lakes with the best mix of music, news, weather, and fun. If it's in the Twin Lakes, it's on.